What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm kind of going to go over a few reasons why I started buying and stacking silver. Everybody has their own, handful of reasons, but I think it's very important that you really understand the true purpose of why you actually started stacking in the first place. So what I plan on doing is just going over and showing you guys a few of the new stuff that I have picked up while we discuss this topic. I think it'll be kind of fun, and we will go from there. But if this is your first time tuning into the channel, welcome, and consider smashing that like button for me and subscribing, hitting that bell notification so you're notified every time we post a new video. I appreciate all the support so far, guys. It's been amazing. I've only done it for a couple weeks now, and I've just received so much support from the community, and it's just an amazing feeling to have, being a newbie and everybody reaching out and just being so welcoming. So I really do appreciate that. Also, I want to announce that I will be doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe buttons and hit that bell so you are notified. And we will be doing a pretty cool giveaway at 100 subscribers. But enough with all the intro. It's a minute in. Let's get to just a couple of reasons why I started stacking in the first place. So I've only been stacking now for about going on a year. So I'm still, pretty fairly new at stacking silver. And the number one reason why I really got into it, so I've done a lot of investing, whether it be stock, crypto, just all that, basic investing in the stock market, stuff like that. But what really interested me into silver and gold was it's an actual investment that you control, right? If you go, if you open an account on the internet and you're investing into stocks or you're investing into crypto, really anything, it's all digital, right? You can't hold it. Yes, you're getting dividends from certain things and you're getting benefits from that stuff. And it's also, hopefully anyway, making you returns in the future. And, silver and gold can do that as well, but at a much slower pace, depending on who you ask. But silver is actually tangible, right? You control it. You buy it, you control it, and there's nothing anybody can do about that, right? You put it in your safe at the end of the day, and you can protect it with your freedom seeds and these two bad boys right here, right? Nobody can come take this away from you. If you have investments and stuff on the internet, whether it be, like again, stocks, you have brokerage accounts. If a shit hit the fan scenario ever happens, and let's say, the internet might go down, or, we have grid problems, electricity problems, and, you never know. How are you going to access that stuff, right? It's questions that people need to ask themselves in that kind of scenario. Like if all this money's tied up in digital things, if shit was to ever hit the fan, and you lose access to that stuff, what are you going to do, right? And so that's really, here lately, this past year, that's really what made me make the decision. And yes, don't get me wrong, I still do have my investments in stocks and my investment accounts, my IRAs, 401k, and stuff like that. But I needed something tangible to where if that scenario ever did happen where the world gets rough, my family's protected, right? I don't have to worry about scrambling around trying to find cell service or scrambling around trying to get access to, my bank account or my brokerage accounts or my, retirement accounts, anything like that. I can just, walk over to the safe knowing somewhere I'll be able to do something with this. Whereas you cannot do anything with something digital if you don't have access to it. So that was my number one reason why I started stacking gold and silver. It's just tangible. You can wake up every day, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it, you can do whatever you want with it, right? And you're also collecting some cool stuff. This is my newest addition right here. I picked this up off of Whatnot. Very cool. Look at that high relief on that leaf there, that maple leaf. Such a beautiful coin. And it comes with its own case here. I kind of just got it propped up so you guys can see it. But But yeah, I really wanted to, bring that up because it's such a huge thing. People kind of forget, because we've all kind of conformed to this new world of everything being digital. And, you even see the government talking about CBDCs and stuff like that. If something was to happen with, like I was talking about earlier, with the power or internet stuff, and you don't have access to that stuff, it's going to be a shit show, right? And this stuff's going to really come in handy if that situation ever does arise. So that's my number one reason. And also, I'm going to talk about a couple more. Let me know y'all's, main reason for stacking gold and silver down in the comments. I'd really, enjoy reading over those. Some of the comments you guys leave are incredible, and I really appreciate, reading them. The number two reason why I started stacking silver and gold is because I really just like to collect things, right? I really love old vintage pieces that they don't make anymore, that has a finite supply, and I really love just being able to buy it and have a piece of history with me, right? Some of this stuff has such an interesting backstory. The history behind collecting silver and gold is really what drawn me in, especially currency. I'm not a huge history buff, but when it comes to like world US currency or anything like that, it just tells such a crazy story. It tells about just, all the steps along the way in time, how things were, how things went, how things fall, how things rise. It tells such a unique story, and I just really love learning about it. It's such a unique, every piece of currency, even silver bars and even silver rounds, every piece of currency, silver, gold, has its own story, has its own backstory, has its own origin, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and that's another reason why I really like collecting vintage pieces. And one of these days, my son will, hopefully, God willing, I'll never have to let go of any of this silver, and my son will be able to take over this collection and move it forward. The longer we keep this stuff in our possession, especially if you're collecting rare items or collectible items, the more rare they're going to get over time, right? Because along the way, pieces of, silver, they get damaged, they get lost, they get destroyed, melted down. So the longer we go on in history, the more rare things are going to become. And that's a very interesting thing that I think about quite a bit, and that's really what draws me towards collecting more vintage stuff. I have this Labor Day round here. Sorry, I keep moving this outside of the camera. 1973 Labor Day, and it's got some good looking toning on it. Got that rainbow effect right here on the back. I don't know if the camera's really doing it any justice, but it says Labor Day signed into law in 1894 by President Grover Cleveland. 1 troy ounce. 1973 Labor Day. I thought that was a very cool bar there. And like I said, just moments in history, things like this. It's just moments in history that it's tangible, right? It's tangible moments in history. It's like a time capsule, right? It's locked in this little capsule. It's not going anywhere. As long as I keep it safe, it's always going to be here. It's not going to deteriorate. The government can't come take it. It's not going to get destroyed. It's mine, right? And that's very important to me, especially now that I've gotten older, is what's mine is mine, and I don't want anybody to be able to come take it from me and leave me, my family, my kids in a tough position where they can do that to your bank accounts, they can do that to your investment accounts. If you slip up or say something happens, they can lock it down. Or, like I said in the beginning, the power goes out, you have access to none of that stuff. It's just a terrible position to be in, so you kind of want to be prepared in every aspect for that kind of situation, right? For that kind of situation. And lastly, I'm not a big prepper person. I see which way the world's going. I see what's happening with the currency and stuff like that. I really don't want it to happen, but if the dollar ever does collapse and we just fall into something that we just can't get ourselves out of, another reason why I stack silver and gold. And this stuff right here isn't really my prepper collection, if you will. This is kind of like some of my more expensive collectible items, but like your 90% silver, your 1/10 rounds, stuff like that, your barter coins that you could use and barter in trades. That's another reason why I started collecting silver, is for that scenario, to be able to use it for barter, to be able to use it for trades if that situation did ever happen. It's always, always, always good to be prepared for whatever comes your way, right? Because you don't want to be, even if you don't, if you're not a prepper, if you don't believe in any of that, right? If it does happen and you're not prepared, what are you going to do, right? You're going to be up shit creek without a paddle, starving, having to do something that you probably don't want to do to be able to, get food for your family or anything else. So why not just be prepared, right? Start out a little bit at a time. Buy 1 ounce bars at a time. Buy 1/90% quarter at a time. As long as you're working towards that goal to make sure your family is safe in a messed up situation, that could happen in this generation. That really could happen. It's scary out there. And that's, really why I started picking up the pace on buying some more of the barterable silver and gold. So I really just wanted to make this video. It's kind of overdue, and I hadn't really talked about it yet because I'm new in my YouTube journey. I've just kind of been trying to get the feel for things, but this is something that I really wanted to talk about because it really means a lot to me. And, I can see already in the silver community that it means a lot to everybody else. And it's good to see. It's good to see. I was talking the other day on one of my Whatnot auctions to some of the people in chat. Becoming a part of this silver community has been such a refreshing experience, right? Because there's so many other parts of the internet just corrupt, nasty people, are just nasty people, and the internet's just such a bitter and sour place. It can really just be depressing, right? And then once I entered into this silver community and I just seen people so willing to stand beside each other, so willing to help each other, everybody's interested in one common goal. It's just been so refreshing to see people reaching out, willing to help whoever, no matter what. Just being so supportive. It really shows who the good people are, right? It really shows where the good people are. And you can always tell if shit ever does hit the fan in the world, you know who's going to stand strong and you know who's going to rally together, right? It might be wild there at first if that ever does happen, but once the smoke clears and everybody gets settled, you're going to see the core people that are going to stick together and that have that one same common interest and want to just protect each other, make sure everybody's okay, and provide for your neighbor, reach out your hand to your neighbor if they're ever in need. That's the kind of community I want to be around, and that's the kind of community I feel like I've found in the silver and gold community. So sorry this is a little bit longer of one of my videos. I really just wanted to talk about that because it really means a lot to me. And let me know y'all's thoughts down below. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know, why y'all really got into stacking. And if I'm just talking out of my ass, let me know down below. I'm gonna read every comment, and I'm really interested to see y'all's thoughts on this little talk that I had today and see, just see what y'all think. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're almost 15 minutes into this of me rambling, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please consider hitting that like button. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. We will be doing that giveaway at 100 subscribers, so tune in for that. Thank y'all for the support again, and until next time, we'll see y'all in the next one.